Dr. Said, and I will be your genetic counselor.
Hi, doctor. Thank you for helping us today. My name is Gian, and this is my friend Natalie. She's here to help me absorb the information because it's been a big surprise.
So I reviewed the test results, and it has been confirmed that the twins will have epidermolysis bullosa, or EB. And as your genetic counselor, it is my job to answer any questions you will have and concerning the state of the babies, and I will help you understand other tests that you may receive, and along with that I will explain to you things to expect at birth and the moving forward, what to do. So what questions do you have?
Like you said, the twins will have EB. I've never heard of it before. What is it?
So EB is a rare single gene condition. It was first discovered. EB is a rare single gene genetic disorder. It was first discovered by Ferdinand Ritter von Huber in 1870. So epidermis is the outer part of the skin. Lysis means breakdown, and which is basically blistering of the skin, because patients who are suffering from EB tend to have severe blistering and extremely fragile skin. The twins will have a specific type of EB. It's called Rebbe, which is a recessive dystrophic epidermolysis bullosa. It is also caused by mutations from the COL7A1 gene, which is also a collagen gene responsible for strengthening and supporting ligaments such as skin and bones and muscles and others.
Since the disease is rare, how do the children get it?
DDEB is an autosomal recessive disease, meaning that both of you and your partner carry the defective genes that cause EB, and that's why it has been passed on to the twins. It just didn't affect you guys, and now it's showing up in the twins.
What are the symptoms of the disease?
So the kids that experience EB also experience a lot of blistering all over the body. It's usually very painful, which can be healed with scarring. They also can be missing fingernails, toenails, fingers and toes, and they may also have tied tongues when they're born, and some abnormalities in the anus.
So how will that affect the kids in their lives?
They might experience infections due to fragile skin. They might have a hard time using their hands. Actually, they might not even be able to use their hands due to all the scars and blisters. It's just so painful. Their hands and most of their skin usually is very close to help with the pain. And then I recommend walking to limit walking, because that just increases pressure on the skin. So along with that, they can experience poor nutrition because of the blisters in the mouth, which can cause them to have delayed growth.
And how did you diagnose the children with the disease?
We did a genetic screening test. So we took cells from the amniotic fluid that surrounds the fetuses, and we examined it. So we also performed a carrier screening test, which since the disease was caused by both parents. So you might be wondering how you and Mr. Jones are carriers of EB. When I last spoke to Mr. Jones, he told me that his grandfather and your grandmother both were sufferers of EB, which means that the recessive gene for EB has been passed down the family line. Here I have constructed a pedigree, which is basically a family tree. The circles represent females and the squares represent males. And if the shape is fully shaded in, that means that the disease is present. And if the shape is shaded in halfway, that means that the person is a carrier of the disease. Here we see your grandmother and Mark's grandfather, both of which that have EB. Then as you go down, here your father would have been a carrier, since he was an only child, which explains how you are a carrier. And the same goes for Mark. His mother would have been a carrier, since his grandfather had EB, therefore he is also a carrier.
And for visual purposes, I assume that one of your siblings might also be a carrier, since they are all against genetic testing for ethical reasons, like they do not want you to consider abortion as an option, and they also said they do not want the FDA using your information to develop medicine, since the only treatment as of now for EB is some oral medications and skin graft surgeries. Other than that, I recommend the support group Deborah. There you and Mark can share what you're going through and things you are experiencing. Also, there will be other children with EB at this support group, which can help the twins with mental support, since young children with EB may develop depression. Also, the parents at this group can share things they do that help their child, which might help your child as well. Deborah also works towards finding cures and treatments, which would also be helpful for you and your children.
So what will life look like for them?
Fortunately, your children will be able to have a normal life expectancy, but they will experience problems as they grow up, which is obvious. They will be born with blisters, and they'll continue to get more severe blisters as they grow up and mature.
What life-threatening issues can come from this, if any?
So with EB, there's always a threat for skin cancer. Patients suffering from EB can tend to get skin cancer very easily. So we try our best to avoid that, but like medicine and keep them out of the sun and just the basics. So treatments for this can be done, but since it's a tumor, it can spread very quickly to other parts of the body, since the body is already